create this duo tone kind of poster. We're going to be doing a few different things in order to finally arrive here. So you get your two resources into the same layer. First thing we want to do is mask out these the subjects from their background. Pretty easy for Photoshop to do it by itself, so just go to Select, Subject, and then Mask. And after this, go ahead and let's create a solid background color. Doesn't have to be the color you know you're going to use, because we can easily change it as we go on. You can kind of zoom in from here once that background color is in, and you can see if there's anything here within your mask you might need to alter. So I'm going to get my white. I'll go ahead and use a hard brush for this. And I think there are parts in her hair here I'm going to try and bring back. Alright. Okay, let's go to this one. Bring it fully into frame and let's mask it out. Select subject. Let's mask it. And we can go ahead and apply this mask. Same with this one. Right click, apply. And what we are going to do, we're going to keep this young lady here with the clothes she's wearing, and we're going to create a duplicate of her. Command J. Can hide this bottom one for now. And we're going to put this on for our second picture of her that we'll use. So first we need to make it the right size. So obviously we need to increase free transform for this layer here. Command T. Hold your Alt or Option key, and look at the neck area and get it to the correct size. So right about here is a good size. Hit enter, and that's about the right placement. So go ahead and create a mask on this one here, this duplicate. Get your black. I would make it a hard brush and make sure the flow is at 100, and we'll paint out this part right here real quick. Parts that we don't need. Now we'll have to be a little bit more careful as we mask out some of this. So I'm going to go ahead and decrease the size of my brush. We need to go to this and create a mask, and we need to mask out some of this hair. That's pretty good. I think I'll come back to this one here and mask it like that. We're trying to get the flow of her hair from the back picture to go into the flow of the hair of this picture. So we'll go back to this one up here, mask out the hair right there. So that's good. Okay, now I'm going to lower the flow of my brush. I'm going to put it at about 1, and I need a feather to my brush, so I'm going to make it a soft brush now. And I'm just going to lightly get rid of this harsh line. It's right here. I think let's bring it up to maybe 3% flow. And I'm just painting back and forth until this line is removed. And then some of the fuzziness of the color in here as well. Remove that. And same thing with the hair right here. I'm going to move some of the harshness of the line of the hair. We'll fix it more. We just want to get rid of that harsh line. I'm I'm going to make my brush smaller and get in here a little bit better. Alright, now I need to go back to this. Here. And time to use our clone stamp tool, I think. We can now merge these two pictures together. We're ready to continue working with our clone stamps. So click on both of these and then right click, merge layers. Then create a new layer. Get your clone stamp S on your keyboard. Current and below should be selected. You're going to need a softer brush. Probably put the flow down and soft brush. And first let's fix this neck area here where some of the clothing, the other clothing is showing through. So let's get some of the shadow of the neck and just paint that in here carefully. So hold your Alt key. You should be pretty good and aware of how to do this by now. Can increase the flow a little bit. Okay, next thing we're going to do, we will come on here, and we're going to extend this necklace up to her ear up here. So get a selected area of it and go straight up. I have to come back down and get it again. We're just going to go all the way up right there to her ear. We'll go ahead and extend this up to her jaw. This part of the, so we'll take that one up right about there. We'll have to come back in and get rid of the white of her shirt that we copied as well, just on the edges here. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Now we just got to fix her hair. So dark hair here. Just go ahead and get your clone stamp tool. And let's just extend some of this hair down. The brown hair. Just a little bit. And I would make sure your flow's set. We want this to flow into the darker hair. And maybe the same thing over here a little bit. Another thing we could do on this layer here, you could go to your brushes, color replacement tool. Let's try setting it to color. Lower our brush here. Hold your Alt or Option key, grab some of this brown, and let's see if we can, with the soft brush, just you can kind of paint over some of this hair here to give it that brown. And some in here. Now this doesn't matter too much because we are going to be changing the channel color for this, but good for you guys to know how to quickly, after you've merged two pictures together like so, and you might need to change the color of the hair. Well, how you do that? How would you do that? Well, just use this color brush tool here. All right, there we go. And you can never tell that it was two different girls. All right. Now we can get to the duotone part. So if you want, from this part, go ahead. We did our clone stamp work non-destructively in case we needed to erase and try again. But now we're ready just to bring our work here into this picture here and merge them. So select both of them, hold your shift button, click both layers, right click, and merge the layers. And here, we can name this one 2 and this one 1. Go ahead and get another duplicate of number 1, and we'll name that one 3. We'll get to that here in a second. So let's work with our first one here, and let's extend our canvas if you need to, or go to your crop tool, and let's just make this a little bit more of a square so we have more of a compositional area to work with. And hit enter there. Alright, so we'll put her in the middle, double click on the layer to open up the layer styles, and we're gonna mess around here with the channels, turning some off and on and combining them. So turning 2 off just to see red, maybe red and blue, see what red and green looks like, maybe green and blue. You're messing around with these until you get the maybe the color choice that you like. I think I had liked, where is it? Yeah, I'll try this first to mess around with it. So red and blue channels here. So she's not looking the exact same direction. We have a little bit of difference. I'm going to hit Command T and then right click on this one and go to flip horizontal. And I'm going to go ahead and bring her behind this as well. And you can already see the interaction of what's going on. So since she's in the middle, I think instead I'm going to leave her solid color. And let's go down to this one and change its blend mode. Let's go with red and bring her on top. And Command T, make her maybe a little bit bigger. There we go. Now the third one, we'll bring her behind that middle one as well, in the back. We're going to do something a little bit different to her. Maybe bring her down a little bit in the composition. To her, let's get a selection of just her. So Command click. Let's get a brush, make it a larger brush, not the color brush, but just the brush tool. Get a large brush, soft, get a color you like. I think I'm going to choose yellow. And I'm just going to paint, oh, I'm on the wrong layer, yellow. With the full flow, just right over her face like so. And then deselect, maybe paint a little bit in the background. Alright, so let's double click on this now. And let's go to our underline layer, blend if. Oop. Sorry, I forgot the important step. We want to do our color on a different layer. So do your coloring on a different layer, just on her face here, maybe a little bit in the background. Then we'll double click that layer. Now we'll do our blend if. And then hold your Alt or Option button to break up that click there. And we'll bring some more of it out there. So it's just in her face. Now let's hit OK. Let's try and go down here and mess with our channels, see what happens. There we go. Let's keep that. Take off the red channel. I can always come back up here, add some more yellow if I want. Okay. Now go to our middle one and let's mess with the channels there as well and see what we get. Okay. So I think I'll go with red and green channels. And now you can mess around with your composition. So I kind of like the way this is looking, but I want them all centered. So I'll select all of them, bring them here to the center, maybe take this one out a little bit, come back to my yellow, kind of fix that line and area. So mess around with the composition until you like what you have. And the final step, you know what I think what I'll do here, I think I'll go with that, a little bit darker. Okay, final step, we're going to create our composite. So go to your topmost layer, Shift, Alt, Option, Command E, turn it into a smart object, and go ahead and add a little bit of noise to it, just to give it some texture. There we go. And there it is. Finished checkpoint.